Consider for a moment the very act of seeing these words, of being present in this moment. You may think it a mere coincidence, a random occurrence, but I say unto you, your presence here, your awareness of this message, is a testament to the wealth that is already yours in consciousness. Put in the realm of infinite possibility, where all realities exist simultaneously, you have chosen to align yourself with this particular moment, this specific message of imminent wealth. But what does it truly mean to say that you are going to be rich simply because you are seeing this? It is not a matter of external circumstances or future events aligning in your favor. It is a state of consciousness, a shift in your very being that aligns you with the creative power of the universe. It is about recognizing that wealth, in its truest essence, is not something to be acquired but a stake to be assumed. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. Your outer world, every experience you have, every circumstance you encounter, is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world, your consciousness. It is a mirror faithfully reflecting back to you the sum total of your beliefs, assumptions, and most importantly, your concept of self. When you understand this, truly understand it, you realize that by carefully choosing and vividly imagining yourself as already rich, you are actively creating a new reality that will unfold in your experience. This understanding is crucial, for it shifts the entire paradigm of how you approach wealth. No longer are you a helpless being at the mercy of external circumstances, hoping for favorable conditions to bring you riches. You become the active creator of your reality, knowing that as you assume the state of being rich, the universe must rearrange itself to match this new inner assumption. But how, you may ask, can one truly assume the state of being rich when their current circumstances may suggest otherwise? The answer lies in the creative power of your wonderful human imagination combined with the intensity of your feeling and belief. For your imagination is not a mere fantasy maker, and your feelings are not mere reactions to external stimuli. Together, they form the very workshop in which reality is forged. Let us take a moment to truly understand this. Your subconscious mind, which is one with the universal creative force, does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and feel as true and what you actually experience in the outer world. It accepts as true whatever you feel to be true in your imaginal acts. And once it accepts an idea as true, it proceeds to bring it into manifestation in your physical reality, regardless of how long it takes in clock time. So, when you see this message and accept it as true, when you fall asleep in the absolute conviction that you are already rich, you are not engaging in wishful thinking or self-deception. You are actively creating your new reality from within. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, allowing it to work through you and for you. This, my dear listeners, is the essence of why seeing this message means you are going to be rich. It is about recognizing that the power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be expressed through your conscious imaginal acts. It is about understanding that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner conversations and assumptions, which can be radically altered by assuming the state of wealth. Consider the biblical phrase, "To him that hath, more shall be given." This is not a mere statement about material possessions. It is a profound truth about the nature of consciousness. When you assume the state of wealth, when you feel its reality with every fiber of your being, you are him that hath in consciousness. And to this state, more must be given, for it is the law of your own being. But let me be clear, assuming the state of wealth is not about false visualizations or strained affirmations. It is about a total immersion in the feeling of being rich. When you truly embody this practice, you naturally assume the thoughts, feelings, and inner conversations of a wealthy person. You go to sleep not as the person bound by financial limitations, but as the person who lives in a state of infinite abundance. Let us explore this further with an example. Imagine a person who sees this message and decides to take it to heart. Their outer reality may show limited funds and mounting bills, but instead of focusing on these appearances, they choose to act from the assumption that they are already rich. As they lie in bed, they immerse themselves in the feeling of financial freedom. They feel the security, the ease, the joy of having more than enough. They allow this feeling to permeate every cell of their being. They fall asleep in this state, carrying it into their dreams. When they awaken, something has shifted. They may not see immediate external changes in their financial situation, but internally they are no longer the same person. They have experienced the reality of wealth, and this new self-concept begins to reshape their outer world. In the days and weeks that follow, they find themselves naturally acting with more confidence in financial matters. They approach money decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. They notice opportunities they would have previously overlooked. And as they continue to live from this state of wealth, their outer world begins to reflect this new inner reality. New financial opportunities arise. Unexpected sources of income appear. Their entire financial situation begins to transform, all stemming from the simple act of seeing this message and assuming the state of wealth. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Whether you desire wealth in terms of money, relationships, health, or any other area, the key is to first assume the state of wealth in your imagination. Feel the reality of being rich in all areas of your life. Fall asleep in that state, knowing that as you do so, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind that must grow into your outer reality. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Nabel, can simply seeing this message and assuming I'm rich really make such a difference? Surely we must take action in the physical world to create wealth. And to this I say, action is indeed part of the process, but it is secondary to the state of consciousness you assume. When you live from the state of being rich, you align yourself with the frequency of wealth. From this aligned state, you will be naturally inspired to take the right actions that support your new reality of abundance. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is your consciousness that gives life to your experiences. When you focus on your current financial limitations, constantly reacting to circumstances of lack, you are breathing life into a reality of scarcity. But when you see this message and assume the state of wealth, when you live from this state in your imagination, you set in motion a series of events that must culminate in the outer expression of this new inner reality. This, my dear friends, is the true secret to creating lasting wealth in your life. It is about aligning your inner conversations and imaginal acts with the state of wealth, recognizing that this wealthy reality is seeking expression through you and allowing it to flow into your experience through the power of your imagination and unwavering belief. But let me warn you, this shift in consciousness, this practice of living from the state of wealth, is not always an easy task. The old habits of scarcity thinking, of focusing on lack and limitation, are deeply ingrained in our collective consciousness. As you embark on this new way of being, you may find resistance arising within you. Doubts may creep in. Old thought patterns may try to reassert themselves. When this happens, do not fight against these thoughts and feelings. Simply observe them, acknowledge them, and then gently return to your state of wealth. For the war is not won by battling against what you don't want, but by persistently embodying what you do want. This persistence, this unwavering commitment to maintaining the state of wealth in your imagination, even in the face of contrary evidence, is what allows you to truly transform your reality. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're trying to listen to a particular station, you don't focus on eliminating all the other stations. You simply tune into the frequency you desire. In the same way, you don't need to fight against your current financial reality or forcefully push away thoughts of lack. You simply need to tune yourself to the frequency of wealth to align your entire consciousness with the reality where you are already rich. This tuning is done through your imagination and your ability to generate feeling states. Your imagination is the dial that allows you to tune into different frequencies of experience. As you use your imagination to fully embody the state of wealth, as you feel the reality of being rich, you are tuning yourself to that frequency, allowing the corresponding experiences to flow into your life. But remember, my friends, this is not a one-time event. Living from the state of wealth is a way of life. It's a constant choice to maintain this state of consciousness, regardless of appearances, just as you wouldn't expect to stay in shape by exercising once. You cannot expect to create lasting wealth by assuming the state once. This is about persistently assuming the state of wealth, about living from this consciousness day in and day out, until it becomes your new normal. As you do this, you will find that your perception of wealth begins to shift. What once seemed like financial obstacles now appear as opportunities. Challenges become stepping stones to greater prosperity. You begin to see yourself as the wealthy being you truly are, knowing that your consciousness is constantly shaping your reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Wayne, how can I maintain this state of wealth when my current financial reality seems to contradict it? How can I persist in feeling rich when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise? And to this I say your imagination infused with feeling is more powerful than any circumstance. Consider for a moment, have you ever been deeply moved by a story of wealth and success, whether in a book or a movie? In those moments, were you not feeling real emotions based on imaginary events? Your feelings were real, even though the events were not happening in your physical reality. This is the power you must harness when you live from the state of wealth. You must use your imagination to create scenarios that evoke the feelings associated with wealth. Imagine how you would feel if you were truly rich in all areas of your life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of security and freedom that would come with this reality. Feel these states as vividly and as consistently as you can. The key is to make your imaginal acts as real to you as possible. Engage all your senses. Feel the textures associated with wealth. Hear the sounds of abundance surrounding you. See the world through the eyes of someone who lives in a state of infinite plenty. Make it so real that your rational mind cannot distinguish between this imaginal act and physical reality. But here's a crucial point, my friends. The goal is not to imagine specific amounts of money or material possessions. The goal is to capture the essence of the feeling state associated with wealth. For it is this feeling state that is the true attractor of your experiences. Let me illustrate this with an example. Instead of imagining a specific sum of money in your bank account, capture the feeling essence of financial abundance. Feel the security, the freedom, the joy that comes with this state. See yourself moving through life with the ease and confidence of someone who knows that their supply is infinite and eternal. By focusing on the feeling essence rather than specific outcomes, you allow the universe to bring wealth to you in ways that might far exceed your specific imaginings. You open yourself to possibilities beyond what your current mindset can conceive. This is the true art of living from the state of wealth. It's not about pretending to have material possessions you don't yet have. It's about aligning yourself with the truth of your divine nature, your oneness with the creative power of the universe. It's about living each day from the state of infinite abundance, regardless of outer appearances. As you practice this, you may find that your outer world begins to shift in subtle ways. Perhaps you start to notice more abundance in your life, or you find yourself naturally attracting generous people and favorable financial circumstances, or opportunities for increase seem to appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that your inner shift is creating ripples in your outer reality. Don't discount these small changes. Celebrate them. See them as confirmation that the law is working, that your assumed state of wealth is taking root. But don't become attached to them or anxiously look for them. Simply acknowledge them with gratitude and continue to live from your state of wealth. As you persist in this practice, larger changes will begin to manifest. You may find yourself attracting more financial opportunities. You may notice that your income begins to increase. You may experience unexpected windfalls or brilliant ideas for creating wealth. And as you continue to live from the state of wealth, you'll discover that life becomes an exciting adventure of ever-expanding prosperity. But remember, the outer manifestation is not the goal. The goal is the state of consciousness from which all desired experiences naturally flow. This is a crucial point, my friends. When you're truly living from the state of wealth, when you're fully embodying this consciousness, you no longer need circumstances to confirm your state. You're already whole, already complete in your knowing that wealth is your natural state. And paradoxically, it's in this state of inner fulfillment that you're most likely to experience a life of true abundance. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Wayne, what about action? Don't we need to do things in the physical world to create wealth? And to this I say, yes, action is part of the process. But it's inspired action, not anxious doing. When you're consistently living from the state of wealth, ideas and opportunities will naturally present themselves to you. You'll feel inspired to take certain actions, to move in certain directions. These actions won't feel like struggle or effort. They'll feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. This is the difference between trying to make wealth happen and allowing it to happen. When you're trying to force wealth, actions feel stressful, born out of fear and lack. When you're living from the consciousness of wealth, actions flow naturally from your aligned state, guided by an inner wisdom that knows exactly how to bring about the manifestation of your wealthy reality. Consider the example of a fruit tree. A fruit tree doesn't strain to produce fruit. It doesn't force itself to grow. It simply unfolds naturally, expressing its innate abundance. You, my dear listeners, are no different. When you align yourself with the consciousness of wealth, you allow your life to unfold naturally and beautifully, expressing the infinite plenty that is your birthright. But let me be clear, this state of allowing is not passive. It requires an active use of your imagination, a deliberate and focused embodiment of the state of wealth. It requires faith. Not blind faith in external circumstances, but faith in the creative power of your consciousness and your ability to create wealth through your assumed state. This faith is not about believing that wealth will come someday in the future. It's about knowing that you are wealthy now in this very moment, and that your outer world must inevitably conform to this new inner reality. As we cultivate this faith, as you persist in living from the state of wealth, you'll begin to see evidence of wealth manifesting in your outer world. These signs may start small: an unexpected financial gain, a fortunate business opportunity, a sudden idea for creating wealth. Do not discount these signs, no matter how small they may seem, for they are confirmation that your inner world, shaped by your assumed state of wealth, is indeed shaping your outer reality. They are breadcrumbs leading you to the full realization of the wealthy life you are creating. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to address a common concern that arises when people first encounter this teaching. Many worry that living from the state of wealth might somehow make them selfish or disconnected from the needs of others. But I assure you, my friends, the opposite is true. When you truly understand the principle of wealth, you realize that you are not separate from others. As you elevate your own consciousness by assuming a state of wealth, you are elevating the consciousness of all. Your personal wealth, far from disconnecting you from others, actually expands the field of possibilities for all. Moreover, when you are coming from a place of true wealth, you naturally have more to give to others. You become a channel through which abundance flows, not just to you, but through you to the world. Your wealth creates a ripple effect, touching the lives of everyone you encounter with your newfound energy, generosity, and sense of infinite possibility. This is the true gift of living from the state of wealth. It's not just about improving your individual financial circumstances, although that will happen. It's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of the universe, which is boundless plenty. It's about recognizing your own divine nature and allowing it to express itself fully through you. In this state of alignment, of consistently living from the state of wealth, you become a channel for the most beautiful expressions of life. Ideas flow to you effortlessly. Opportunities present themselves naturally. The right people and circumstances appear in your life at the perfect time. This is the magic of living from the consciousness of wealth. But remember, this magic is not something external to you. It's not some cosmic force that you need to appease or manipulate. It is the natural expression of your own consciousness when it's aligned with the truth of your being. You are the wealth. You are the abundance. You are the one who makes the impossible possible through your assumed state of infinite plenty. As we draw our time together to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. The principle we've explored tonight, if you are seeing this, you are going to be rich, is not just a technique for creating better financial circumstances. It's about recognizing your true nature as a divine creative being. It's about aligning your entire being with the fundamental truth of who you are and allowing your grandest expression to flow through you. When you live from this understanding, everything changes. The world becomes a friendly place filled with infinite possibilities for wealth and abundance. You no longer see yourself as a small, separate being struggling to acquire riches. Instead, you recognize yourself as the source of all wealth, the creator of your own abundant reality. In this state, there's no need to feel reality. In this state, there's no need to feel lack or scarcity, for you understand that you are the source of all creation in your experience. Your job is simply to maintain the consciousness of wealth, to live from this awareness, and to allow the universe to erase the details of its manifestation. So, my dear friends, as you leave here tonight, I urge you to embrace this principle with all your heart. Don't see it as a technique to be applied occasionally, but as a way of life to be lived continuously. Use your mighty imagination to assume the state of being rich. Feel the naturalness of being the wealthy, divine being you truly are. Live from this state, persist in this knowing, and watch as your world rearranges itself to match your inner vision of abundance. Remember, you are not a limited being struggling to acquire wealth. You are the infinite consciousness choosing to experience abundance from this particular vantage point. Your assumed state is the tool through which you shape your experience. Use it wisely with the awareness of your true nature and the responsibility that comes with it. Go forth and create the abundantly wealthy life that is your birthright, knowing that with each moment you live for the state of wealth, you are aligning more fully with the truth of your divine, limitless nature. Thank you, and may you live in the constant awareness of the infinite wealth that you are. Imagine, if you will, that the universe is not some distant, impersonal force, but rather an intimate part of your very being. It is the canvas upon which you paint the masterpiece of your life, responding to every brushstroke of your imagination. To learn how to talk to the universe is to master the art of creation itself. Let us begin by understanding that your thoughts, your feelings, and your deepest beliefs are the language through which you converse with this infinite intelligence. Every moment of your day, whether you are conscious of it or not, you are engaged in a continuous dialogue with the universe. The question is, are you speaking the language of lack and limitation, or are you articulating a symphony of abundance and possibility? The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge your desires. It does not deem one wish more worthy than another. It simply responds to the vibration of your being, to the unwavering certainty of your imagination. When you learn to align your inner conversations with the outcomes you desire, you tap into a power that can reshape the very fabric of your reality. Consider for a moment the times when you have wanted something deeply. Perhaps it was a new job, a loving relationship, or a sense of inner peace. Did you approach these desires with a sense of lack, constantly affirming to yourself and the universe that you did not have them? Or did you embrace the feeling of already possessing that which you sought? This, my friends, is the crux of effective communication with the universe. It is not enough to merely wish for something. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must live from the end, experiencing in your imagination the joy, the satisfaction, and the gratitude of already having received your desire. Let me share with you a fundamental truth that has the power to transform your life. The universe knows no distinction between what you vividly imagine and what you consider to be reality. Your imagination is the very workshop wherein you forge the instruments of your future experiences. When you imagine with feeling, with conviction, you are literally shaping the course of events to come. But how, you may ask, does one begin this practice of imagination? How does one learn to speak so convincingly to the universe? The answer lies in the art of revision and in the cultivation of a disciplined imagination. Revision is the process by which you rewrite the script of your past and present experiences. If you have encountered a situation that was less than desirable, do not let it calcify into a fixed point in your personal history. Instead, reimagine it. See it play out in your mind's eye exactly as you would have wished it to be. Feel the emotions associated with this new version of events. Let every fiber of your being resonate with the joy and satisfaction of this revised experience. By engaging in this practice, you are not merely indulging in wishful thinking. You are actively recalibrating your relationship with the universe. You are demonstrating your power as a conscious creator, showing the universe that you are no longer willing to be a passive recipient of circumstances, but rather an active participant in the shaping of your reality. As you become more adept at revision, you will find that your natural state becomes one of positive expectations. You will approach each day with the certainty that wonderful things are unfolding for you. Shift in consciousness is profound, for it alters the very frequency at which you vibrate, attracting experiences that resonate with your new state of being. Now, let us delve deeper into the practice of disciplined imagination. Your imagination is not merely a playground for idle fantasies. It is the most powerful creative force at your disposal. When you learn to direct your imagination with purpose and precision, you are literally programming the universe to respond in kind. Begin by setting aside time each day for focused, imaginal work. Find a quiet space where you can relax and allow your mind to become receptive. Close your eyes and begin to construct in your mind's eye a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and as detailed as possible. Engage all your senses. If you desire a new home, feel the texture of the doorknob as you enter. Smell the fresh scent of your favorite flowers arranged in the entryway. Hear the sound of laughter echoing through spacious rooms. As you construct this scene, allow yourself to become fully absorbed in it. Do not merely observe it as a spectator, but step into it as an active participant. Feel the emotions that would naturally accompany the realization of your desire. Let joy, gratitude, and a deep sense of fulfillment wash over you. This imaginal act is not a mere rehearsal for some future event. It is, in the deepest sense, the event itself. For in the realm of imagination, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, you have already received that which you desire. Your task now is to remain faithful to this imaginal act, to return to it night after night, impressing it ever more deeply upon your subconscious mind. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your outer world. Circumstances will begin to rearrange themselves almost magically to bring about the conditions necessary for the realization of your imagined state. People, events, and opportunities will appear in your life as if summoned by an unseen hand. This is the universe responding to your inner conversation, to the unwavering certainty of your imagined reality. But remember, my dear friends, that this practice requires patience and persistence. The seed of your desire, once planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, must be given time to germinate and grow. Do not dig it up every day to see if it has sprouted. Trust in the unseen forces that are working on your behalf. Your role is to maintain an unwavering faith in the reality of your imagined state. This faith is not a blind hope that something might happen in some distant future. It is a deep knowing, a profound certainty that on a level beyond physical sight, your desire is already fulfilled. As you cultivate this faith, you will find that your entire perception of the world begins to shift. You will start to see evidence of your desire manifesting everywhere you look. This is not mere coincidence. It is the natural result of your aligned inner conversation with the universe. Let us now explore another powerful aspect of communicating with the universe, the use of affirmative prayer. Unlike traditional forms of prayer, which often come from a place of lack or supplication, affirmative prayer is a declaration of that which is already true in the realm of imagination. When you engage in affirmative prayer, you are not asking the universe for something you do not have. Instead, you are acknowledging and giving thanks for that which is already yours in the invisible realm of potential. This form of prayer aligns you with the creative power of the universe, allowing you to speak your desires into existence with authority and conviction. Begin your affirmative prayers with phrases such as, "I am so happy and grateful now that," or "Isn't it wonderful that?" Follow these openings with statements that describe your desire as if it were already a present fact. Feel the emotion of gratitude wash over you as you articulate these statements. Let every word resonate with the certainty of your imagined reality. As you make this practice a regular part of your day, you will find that your entire being begins to vibrate at the frequency of your desires. You become a living, breathing affirmation of the life you wish to create. The universe, ever responsive to the signals you emit, will begin to mirror back to the reality you have so clearly defined in your imagination. But let us not forget, my friends, that effective communication with the universe is not a one-way street. It is not merely about broadcasting your desires into the void. It is also about developing the ability to listen, to attune yourself to the subtle guidance that is always available to you. This guidance often comes in the form of intuition, those quiet hunches and inner promptings that seem to arise from nowhere. As you cultivate your relationship with the universe, you will find that these intuitive flashes become more frequent and more pronounced. They are the universe's way of directing you toward the path of least resistance to the manifestation of your desires. Learn to trust these intuitive nudges. Act on them, even when they seem to defy conventional logic. For in following your intuition, you are aligning yourself with the infinite intelligence of the universe, which sees the bigger picture and knows the shortest route to the fulfillment of your desires. As you become more adept at listening to this inner guidance, you will find that your life begins to flow with an effortless grace. Doors will open where before they were the walls. Synchronicities will abound as if the entire universe is conspiring to bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Now let us address a crucial aspect of communicating with the universe that is often overlooked, the importance of detachment. This may seem paradoxical at first. How can you be detached from something you desire so deeply? The key lies in understanding that detachment does not mean indifference. It means releasing your grip on the how and when of your manifestation. When you cling too tightly to a specific outcome or timeline, you create resistance. You send a message to the universe that you do not trust its infinite wisdom to bring about your desire in the best possible way. This resistance can actually slow down or even prevent the manifestation of your desires. Instead, cultivate an attitude of relaxed expectancy. Now, with absolute certainty that your desire is fulfilled in the invisible realm, and trust that will materialize in the physical world in divine timing. This state of relaxed expectancy allows the universe to work on your behalf, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways that your limited human perspective could never conceive. Remember, the universe has access to infinite possibilities. By remaining open and detached, you allow it to bring about your desire in ways that may far exceed your original vision. You may find that what manifests is even better than what you had initially imagined. As you practice this art of detached manifestation, you will discover a profound sense of peace and trust in the unfolding of your life. You will no longer feel the need to control every aspect of your experience. Instead, you will move through life with a sense of excited anticipation, knowing that wonderful things are constantly unfolding for you. Let us now delve into another powerful technique for communicating with the universe, the use of symbolic representation. The subconscious mind, which is your direct link to the creative power of the universe, thinks in symbols and images. By consciously choosing and working with symbols that represent your desires, you can bypass the critical faculty of your conscious mind and impress your intentions more deeply upon the subconscious. Choose a symbol that for you represents the fulfillment of your desire. It could be an object, a color, a number, or even a simple geometric shape. Infuse this symbol with meaning through your focused attention and emotion. See it in your mind's eye, associated with the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and carry it with you throughout your day. You might wear jewelry that incorporates your chosen symbol or place representations of it around your living space. Each time you encounter this symbol, let it serve a reminder of and commitment to your desire. Feel once again the emotion of having already received that which you seek. This practice creates a powerful feedback loop between your conscious intentions and your subconscious mind. Over time, the mere sight of your chosen symbol will automatically evoke the feeling of your wish fulfilled, reinforcing your communication with the universe and accelerating the manifestation process. Now, my dear friends, let us address a question that often arises when one begins to seriously engage with the practice of conscious creation. What about the desires and free will of others? How can we communicate our desires to the universe without infringing upon the autonomy of those around us? The answer lies in understanding the true nature of creation. When you imagine a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire, you are not manipulating others or bending them to your will. You are simply aligning yourself with a version of reality in which your desire is fulfilled. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and creativity, will bring about the circumstances necessary for the realization of your imagined state in a way that honors the free will of all involved. Your task is not to dictate the specific actions of others, but to hold steadfast to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Trust that the universe will orchestrate events in a way that serves the highest good of all concerned. This approach allows for the manifestation of your desires while maintaining respect for the divine spark within every individual. As you deepen your practice of communicating with the universe, you may find that your desires themselves begin to shift and evolve. This is a natural and beautiful part of the process. As you align more closely with your true self and the infinite potential within you, you may discover that what you once thought you ported pales in comparison to the grand vision that now unfolds before you. Embrace these shifts in desire. They are signs of your spiritual growth and expanding consciousness. The universe is guiding you toward experiences that will bring you the greatest joy and fulfillment, even if they differ from what you initially set out to manifest. This brings us to another crucial aspect of effective communication with the universe, the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a polite response to receiving something you desire. It is a powerful creative force in its own right. When you cultivate an attitude of genuine gratitude, you align yourself with the abundance of the universe. Begin and end each day by counting your blessings. Take time to truly feel grateful for all that you already have in your life. This practice shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, abundant, and beautiful in your experience. As you do this, you will find that more and more things come into your life for which to be grateful. Moreover, practice gratitude for your desires as if they were already fulfilled. Give thanks for the perfect job, the ideal relationship, the radiant health that you seek to manifest. Feel the emotion of gratitude as intensely as you can, knowing that in the realm of pure potential, your desire is already a reality. This practice of preemptive gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to communicate your desires to the universe. It aligns your entire being with the frequency of abundance and receptivity. The universe responds to this vibration by bringing you more experiences that match this feeling of gratitude and fulfillment. As you become more adept at communicating with the universe, you will find that your life takes on a quality of magic and wonder. Synchronicities will abound. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting exactly the right people to assist you on your journey. This is not mere coincidence. It is the natural result of your aligned communication with the infinite intelligence that permits all of existence. But remember, my friends, that with this power comes responsibility. As you learn to consciously create your reality, it becomes increasingly important to examine your deepest beliefs and intentions. Are you creating from a place of love, abundance, and a desire to contribute to the greater good? Or are you motivated by fear, lack, or the need to control others? The universe will respond to whatever seed you plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Therefore, it is crucial to cultivate thoughts, beliefs, and intentions that are in harmony with your highest self and the greatest good of all. As you do this, you become a powerful force for positive change in the world. You are very being radiating love, joy, and abundance to all those around you. Let us now explore the concept of living in the end. This principle is at the heart of effective communication with the universe. To live in the end means to inhabit in your imagination and your emotional state the reality where your desire is already fulfilled. It means to think, feel, and act from the perspective of already being the person who has received that which you see. This practice requires a radical shift in consciousness. Instead of seeing your desire as something in the future that you must strive and struggle to attain, you recognize it as a present fact in the invisible realm of potential. Your task is simply to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this already existing reality. Begin by asking yourself, how would I think, feel, and act if my desire were already fulfilled? What would my daily routine look like? How would I carry myself? What kind of conversations would I have? Then, to the best of your ability, begin to embody these states in your daily life. This is not about pretending or engaging in wishful thinking. It is about recognizing the creative power of your consciousness and choosing to align it with the version of reality you wish to experience. As you consistently live from this state of fulfillment, you will find that your outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner experience. Remember, the universe does not distinguish between what you imagine with feeling and what you experience in the physical world. By living in the end, you are sending a clear and consistent message to the universe about the reality you choose to inhabit. The universe, in its infinite responsiveness, will bring about the conditions necessary to match your inner state. As you practice living in the end, you may encounter moments of doubt or uncertainty. This is natural and to be expected. The key is not to fight against these doubts, but to gently and persistently return to the feeling of your wish, fulfilled each time you choose to realign with your desired reality. You strengthen your communication with the universe and accelerate the manifestation process. Now, let us delve into the power of your inner conversations. Every moment or day, you are engaged in a continuous dialogue with yourself. These inner conversations shape your beliefs, your expectations, and ultimately your reality. To effectively communicate with the universe, it is crucial to become aware and deliberately shape these inner dialogues. Begin by paying attention to the habitual thoughts and self-talk that run through your mind. Are they supportive of your desires? Do they affirm your worthiness to receive that which you seek? Or do they undermine your efforts with doubt, criticism, and limitation? Once you become aware of your inner conversations, you can begin to consciously redirect them. Replace thoughts of lack and limitation with affirmations of abundance and possibility. Instead of dwelling on past failures or current challenges, focus your inner dialogue on the successful achievement of your desires. Speak to yourself with the same kindness, encouragement, and unwavering belief that you would offer to a beloved friend. As you master the art of positive inner conversation, you will find that your entire vibration shifts. You begin to radiate confidence, certainty, and positive expectation. This vibrational shift is instantly recognized by the universe, which responds by aligning circumstances and opportunities to match your new inner state. Remember, my dear friends, that learning to communicate with the universe is not a destination, but a journey. It is a process of continuous growth, refinement, and expansion. As you practice these principles, you will experience moments of profound alignment and miraculous manifestation. You will also encounter challenges and apparent setbacks. Embrace all these experiences as opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Trust in the perfect unfolding of your journey. Know that every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, is guiding you toward the fullest expression of your dear potential. As you maintain this trust and continue to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you wish to create, you become a powerful creator with the universe. In closing, I invite you to step fully into your power as conscious creators. Recognize that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of its infinite intelligence and creativity. As you learn to communicate clearly and consistently with this intelligence, you unlock the boundless potential within you. Go forth with courage, with joy, and with the unshakable knowing that the universe is always listening, always responding, always guiding you toward the highest expression of your true self. Consider for a moment your imagination. You may perceive it as a fleeting daydream, a pleasant distraction, or at best a tool for creativity. But I say unto you, your imagination is the very workshop of creation, the God-given power through which all things are made manifest. But what does it truly mean to trust your imagination? It is not a matter of indulging in idle fantasies or skepticism. It is a state of consciousness, a shift in your very being that aligns you with the creative power of the universe. It is about recognizing that your imagination, far from being separate from reality, is the very substance and source of all that you experience. Let us delve deeper into this profound truth. Your outer world, every experience you have, every circumstance you encounter, is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world, your imaginative acts. And this inner world can be radically altered by learning to trust and use your imagination consciously and purposely. When you understand this, truly understand it, you realize that by carefully choosing and vividly imagining your desired state, you are actively creating a new reality that will unfold in your experience. This understanding is crucial for it shifts the entire paradigm of how you approach life. No longer are you a helpless being at the mercy of external circumstances, hoping for favorable conditions. You become the active creator of your reality, knowing that as you imagine and feel your desired state as real, the universe must rearrange itself to match this new inner vision. But how, you may ask, can one truly learn to trust their imagination when the outer world seems so solid and unyielding? The answer lies in understanding the true nature of your imagination. For your imagination is not a mere fantasy maker, and your inner visions are not mere daydreams. Your imagination is the very substance of reality, the clay from which all experience is molded. Let us take a moment to truly understand this. Your subconscious mind, which is one with the universal creative force, does not distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience in the outer world. It accepts as true whatever you feel to be true in your imaginal acts. And once it accepts an idea as true, it proceeds to bring it into manifestation in your physical reality. Regardless of how long it takes in clock time or hand possible, it may seem given current circumstance. So, when you learn to trust your imagination, when you fall asleep in the absolute conviction that your imagined state is real, you are not engaging in wishful thinking or self-deception. You are actively creating your new reality from within. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, allowing it to work through you and for you to manifest your desires. This, my dear listeners, is the essence of learning to trust your imagination. It is about recognizing that the power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be expressed through your conscious imaginal acts. It is about understanding that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner imaginative acts, which can be radically altered by learning to trust and use your imagination purposefully. Consider the biblical phrase, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This is not a mere poetic expression or a vague spiritual concept. It is a statement of cosmic law, an invitation to recognize the power of your imagination. For what is faith, if not the ability to see and feel as real, that which is not yet manifest in the outer world? When you truly trust your imagination, when you feel the reality of your imagined state with every fiber of your being, you are exercising true faith, and in that moment you are changed. The outer manifestation may take time to catch up, but the inner transformation is instantaneous. But let me be clear, learning to trust your imagination is not about forced visualizations or strained affirmations. It is about a total immersion in the feeling of your desired state being real. When you truly embody this practice, you naturally assume the thoughts, feelings, and inner conversations of the person you desire to be. You go to sleep not as the person bound by current circumstances, but as the person who is already living your desired reality and imagination. Let us explore this further with an example. Imagine a person who desires a loving relationship. Their outer reality shows no signs of this relationship manifesting. Now imagine this person deciding to trust their imagination completely. As they lie in bed, they immerse themselves in the feeling of being deeply loved and cherished. They feel the warmth of their imagined partner's embrace, hear loving words whispered in their ear, experience the joy and security of a fulfilling relationship. They allow this feeling of being loved to permeate every cell of their being. They fall asleep in this state, carrying it into their dreams. When they awaken, something has shifted. They may not see immediate external changes in their relationship status, but internally they are no longer the same person. They have experienced the reality of being loved, and this new self-concept begins to reshape their outer world. In the days and weeks that follow, they find themselves naturally acting with more self-love and confidence. They interact with others from a place of fullness rather than need. They make choices that align with someone who knows they are worthy of love. And as they do so, their outer world begins to reflect this new inner state. They may find themselves attracting more positive attention, forming deeper vakas, and eventually manifesting the loving relationship they had imagined. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Whether you desire success in your career, improvement in your health, enhancement of your financial situation, or any other change, the key is to trust your imagination completely. Feel the reality of being the person who has what you want. Fall asleep in that state, knowing that as you do so, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind that must grow into your outer reality. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Wayne, can simply imagining a different reality really make such a difference? Surely we must deal with the facts of our lives. And to this I say, what you call facts are merely the fruits of past imaginal acts. In the realm of consciousness, where all creation takes place, there is only the eternal now. By learning to trust your imagination and living from your desired state in your mind's eye, you can indeed reshape your entire future, for you are planting a seed of a new self-concept that will inevitably grow into manifestation. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is your consciousness, your imagination, that gives life to your experiences. When you focus on unwanted circumstances, you are breathing life into a reality you do not desire. But when you learn to trust your imagination and live from your desired state mentally, you are setting in motion a series of events that must culminate in the outer expression of this new inner reality. This, my dear friends, is the true secret to mastering your life. It is about aligning your entire being with a new concept of self, recognizing that this new self-concept is seeking expression through you and allowing it to flow into your experience through the power of your focused imagination and unwavering trust in its reality. But let me warn you, learning to trust your imagination is not always an easy task. The old habits of doubting your inner visions, of letting your internal state be dictated by external conditions, are deeply ingrained. As you lie in bed, attempting to immerse yourself in your imagined reality, the voice of your rational mind may try to convince you that you're fooling yourself, that you must face reality. When this happens, do not fight against these thoughts. Simply observe and acknowledge them, and then gently return to the feeling of your imagined state. For the war is not won by battling against what you don't want, but by persistently embodying what you do want. This persistence, this unwavering commitment to trusting your imagination in the face of contrary evidence, is what allows you to truly transform your life. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're trying to listen to a particular station, you don't focus on eliminating all the other stations. You simply tune into the frequency you desire. In the same way, you don't need to fight against your current reality or forcefully push away unwanted conditions. You simply need to tune yourself to the frequency of your desired state, to align your entire consciousness with the person who is already living your ideal life in imagination. This tuning is done through your focused imagination and your ability to generate and maintain the feeling of your desired state being real. Your imagination is the dial that allows you to tune into different frequencies of experience. As you use your imagination to fully embody your desired state, as you feel the reality of being this version of yourself, you are tuning yourself to that frequency, allowing the corresponding experiences to flow into your life. But remember, my friends, while the inner transformation can occur in an instant, as you learn to trust your imagination, the full manifestation in your outer world may take time. The seed planted by your imaginal act will grow, but it must go through its natural stages of development. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate dramatic changes in your external circumstances. Know that the moment you succeeded in fully embodying your desired state in imagination, change became inevitable. As you persist in maintaining your imagined state in your daily life, you will find that your perception of yourself and your world begins to shift. What once seemed like insurmountable obstacles now appears opportunities for growth. Challenges become stepping stones to success. You begin to see yourself as the empowered, accomplished being you imagined yourself to be. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Wayne, how can I ensure that I maintain my trust in my imagination? How can I prevent falling back into old patterns of thinking and feeling when confronted with unchanged circumstances? And to this I say the power of your imagination lies not just in the intensity of the experience, but in the knowing it brings. Once you have experienced the reality of your desired state in imagination, you have tasted the truth of your divine nature. This knowing becomes an anchor, a reference point to which you can always return. In the days and weeks that follow as you begin this practice of trusting your imagination, you may face moments of doubt or challenge when confronted with seemingly unchanged circumstances. In these moments, recall the feeling of your imagined state. Remember the reality of being the person who is already living your ideal life. Let that memory, that knowing guide you back to your desired state of being. For having experienced it once in imagination, you can against it again and against each time strengthening your new self concept. The key is to make your imaginal experience as real and vivid as possible. Engage all your senses as you lie in bed preparing for sleep. See yourself as the person who is already living your ideal life. Hear the sounds associated with your success. Feel the textures of your new reality. Smell the sense of your achieved desires. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the fulfillment of being this version of yourself. Make it so real that your rational mind cannot distinguish between this imaginal act and physical reality. But here's a crucial point, my friends. The goal is not to imagine specific events or circumstances. The goal is to capture and embody the essence of your desired state of being. For it is this state of being that is the true attractor of your experiences. Let me illustrate this with an example. Instead of imagining a specific job offer or a particular sum of money, capture the feeling of being successful and financially abundant. Feel security, the freedom, the joy that comes with this state. See yourself moving through life with the confidence and ease of someone who is truly successful and abundant. By focusing on the state of being rather than specific outcomes, you allow the universe to bring your desires to you in ways that might far exceed your specific imaginings. You open yourself to possibilities beyond what your current mindset can conceive. This is the true power of trusting your imagination. As you practice this, you may find that your outer world begins to shift in subtle ways. Perhaps you start to feel more confident and empowered. Or you find yourself naturally making choices that align with your imagined state, or opportunities that resonate with your new self. Concepts seem to appear out of nowhere. These are all signs that your inner transformation born of trusting your imagination is creating ripples in your outer reality. Don't discount these small changes. Celebrate them. See them as confirmation that the law is working, that your imagined state is taking root. But don't become attached to them or anxiously look for them. Simply acknowledge them with gratitude and continue to live from your imagined state, trusting in the power of your imagination to bring about even greater changes. As you persist in this practice, larger changes will begin to manifest. You may find yourself naturally attracting experiences that align with your new self-concept. You may notice that your relationships improve, that your career takes off, that your health flourishes. And as you continue to maintain your trust in your imagination, you'll discover that life becomes an exciting adventure of ever-expanding possibilities. But remember, the outer manifestation is not the ultimate goal. The goal is the state of being from which all desired experiences naturally flow. This is a crucial point, my friends. When you've truly learned to trust your imagination, when you're fully living from your imagined state, You no longer need external conditions to confirm your state. You're already whole, already complete in your knowing that you are the person you've imagined yourself to be. And paradoxically, it's in this state of inner assurance that you're most likely to experience a life that reflects your ideal self-concept. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Wayne, what about action? Don't we need to do things in the physical world to bring about change? And to this I say, yes, action is part of the process, but it's inspired action, not anxious doing. When you're living from your imagined state, ideas and opportunities will naturally present themselves to you. You'll feel inspired to take certain actions, to move in certain directions. These actions won't feel like struggle or effort. They'll feel natural, joyful, almost effortless. They will be the natural outgrowth of your new state of being, born from your trust in your imagination. This is the difference between trying to make things happen and allowing them to happen. When you're trying to force change, actions feel stressful, born out of fear and reaction to circumstances. When you are truly embodying your imagined state, actions flow naturally from your aligned state, guided by an inner wisdom that knows exactly how to bring about the manifestation of your desires. Consider the example of a seed growing into a mighty oak tree. The seed doesn't strain to become a tree. It doesn't force itself to grow. It simply unfolds naturally, expressing its innate potential. You, my dear listeners, are no different. When you learn to trust your imagination, you allow your life to unfold naturally and beautifully, expressing the infinite potential that is your birthright. But let me be clear, this state of allowing is not passive. It requires an active use of your imagination, a deliberate and focused embodiment of your desired state. It requires faith, not blind faith in external forces, but faith in the creative power of your imagination and your ability to shape your reality through your mental images. This faith is not about believing that things will change someday in the future. It's about knowing that you are who you desire to be now, in this very moment, in your imagination, and that your outer world must inevitably conform to this new inner reality. As you cultivate this faith, as you persist in living from your imagined state, you'll begin to see evidence of your transformation manifesting in your outer world. These signs may start small, a newfound confidence in a situation that would have previously intimidated you, a chance encounter that leads to an unexpected opportunity, a sudden insight that changes everything. Do not discount these signs, no matter how small they may seem, for they are confirmation that your inner transformation, born of trusting your imagination, is indeed shaping your outer reality. They are breadcrumbs leading you to the full realization of the life you are creating in your mind's eye. As we near the conclusion of our discussion, I want to address a common concern that arises when people first encounter this teaching. Many worry that trusting their imagination might lead to a disconnect from reality or irresponsible behavior. But I assure you, my friends, the opposite is true. When you truly understand the principle of trusting your imagination, you realize that you are not separate from your world. As you elevate your own consciousness by living from your imagined state, you are elevating the consciousness of all. Your personal transformation, far from disconnecting you from reality, actually expands the field of possibilities for all. Moreover, when you are coming from a place of living in your imagined state, you naturally have more to give to others. You become a beacon of possibility, a living example of the power of imagination to reshape reality. Your transformation creates a ripple effect, touching the lives of everyone you encounter with your newfound energy, confidence, and joy. This is the true gift of learning to trust your imagination. It's not just about improving your individual life, although that will happen. It's about aligning yourself with the fundamental nature of the universe, which is boundless potential and perpetual creation. It's about recognizing your own divine nature and allowing it to express itself fully through you. In this state of alignment, of living from your imagined state, you become a channel for the most beautiful expressions of life. Ideas flow to you effortlessly. Opportunities present themselves naturally. The right people and circumstances appear in your life at the perfect time. This is the magic of living from your transformed state of being, born from your unwavering trust in your imagination. But remember, this magic is not something external to you. It's not some cosmic force that you need to appease or manipulate. It is the natural expression of your own consciousness, where it's aligned with the truth of your being. You are the power. You are the magic. You are the one who has transformed yourself through the trust in your imagination. As we draw our time together to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. The principle we've explored tonight, learn to trust your imagination, is not just a technique for personal development. It's about recognizing your true nature as a divine creative being. It's about aligning your entire being with the fundamental truth of who you are, and allowing your grandest expression to flow through you. When you live from this understanding, everything changes. The world becomes a friendly place, filled with infinite possibilities. You no longer see yourself as a small, separate being struggling against external forces. Instead, you recognize yourself as the author of your own life story, the creator of your own thriving reality. In this state, there's no need to fear the future or doubt your ability to create the life you desire. For you understand that you are the source of all creation in your experience. Your job is simply to maintain your imagined state, to live from that transformed consciousness, and to allow the universe to allow. So, my dear friends, as you leave here tonight, I urge you to embrace this principle with all your heart. Don't see it as a technique to be applied occasionally, but as a way of life to be lived continuously. Use your mighty imagination to immerse yourself fully in your desired state of being. Feel the naturalness of being the empowered divine being you truly are. Live from this state. Persist in this knowing and watch as your world rearranges itself to match your inner vision. Remember, you are not a limited being struggling to improve. You are the infinite consciousness choosing to experience growth and transformation from this particular vantage point. Your imagination is the tool through which you shape your experience. Use it wisely with the awareness of your true nature and the responsibility that comes with it. Go forth and create the fulfilling, joyous life that is your birthright, knowing that with each imaginal act, each moment of trust in your imagination, you are aligning more fully with the truth of the limitless nature.